Hi children, good morning. Today we are going to learn about first law of motion. First law of motion. Newton's first law of motion. So Newton's first law of motion and second law of motion, third law of motion, these are all the laws of motion are depend on Galileo motion. Galileo's activity only. Okay, what is that Galileo activity? Once we see, Galileo took two inclined planes. These two are inclined planes, and these two are frictionless, inclined planes. And he took one marble, and he released at this point. Immediately, the marble comes down and reaches the same height. It reached the same height of the other inclined plane. Okay, so here he concluded that always if a marble is released from this point, again it always tries to reach the same height where the marble is left in the on the other side of the inclined plane. Okay, and what he said other than this one, if you decrease the inclined plane, means if it is made like this, in this case what happens? In this case the released ball reaches more height, more distance, is it or not? Still it is decreased. Then the rolled ball or marble, it reaches some more distance, etc. It covers. Finally, if you made the other inclined plane horizontal, then this rolled ball moves so on until to reach the same height, when in this case there is no unbalanced force. If there is no unbalanced force means what? That unbalanced force is zero. Okay, but it is not like that, no. Definitely on the ground there will be frictional force. That's why based on this Galileo activity, the motion of the objects are categorized and explained by three laws by the Newton. Okay, so in that first law of motion, here what is happening? If there is no frictional force, definitely the ball should roll on like that. It never end. But that is actually not like that, no. There is some frictional force. Means every object will be in the rest or motion until and unless if there is some external force. Is it or not? In the frictionless state, the object will go like that only, but that is not actually true, because there are some forces will be there, external forces. So based on this one, Newton said that first law, every object will be in the rest or uniform motion until and unless is acted upon by an external unbalanced force. Is it or not? If there is no unbalanced force, that object, any object, if it is in the rest position, that will be in the rest position only. If it is in the uniform motion, that will be in the uniform motion only, until if you apply an unbalanced force on that one. Is it or not? So based on this, in a first law of motion, we are discussing one more concept, that is inertia. Okay, so inertia is one concept based on the first law. That's why first law of motion gives inertia of an object. What is meant by inertia? Inertia is nothing but mass of that object, and that object always resists to change its position. Inertia means every object will be in the state of rest or uniform motion only, no. That nature means object resists to change its position. to change its position. Means no object will ready to change its position. When the position will be changed by applying some unbalanced force. Okay, Nana? So that is inertia. One more time. What is inertia? Inertia means the nature of the body to oppose or to resist to change its position, either rest or motion. Either rest or motion. Okay, Nana? So this is inertia. Inertia is of again three types. If an object oppose to change its position, rest, then that is called inertia of rest. Okay, so inertia is of three types: inertia of rest, inertia of motion, inertia of direction. For example, inertia of rest. See here now. It is on transparent glass, it is cardboard, it is a coin, 1 rupee coin, like that, etc. Okay, now here on the glass I placed cardboard. On the cardboard we have to place coin. If you flick this one, if you pluck this one, this card, if you touch this one like this, immediately this coin falls into the glass, because this coin tries to be in the same position. That is its nature. That is what we call inertia of rest. Means why the coin doesn't go along with this cardboard? Because it always tries to be in the same state only. That's why it falls in the glass. And next one is, several examples are there for inertia of rest. A person standing in the bus. Okay, suddenly brakes are applied. Then definitely the person starts to move forward. Is it or not? Because that is due to inertia of motion. Because that person is in the already motion, no problem. Suddenly brakes are applied, he falls forward due to inertia of motion. Okay, and if a bus is stationary, no motion, again that person is standing. Suddenly the bus starts, he moves forward, he moves backward direction. When if the bus starts suddenly, okay, if the bus starts suddenly, then the person moves backward. That is due to inertia of rest. Moving bus suddenly stopped, then the person moves forward. That is inertia of motion. The same bus takes one turning, then the person so move towards the window. Is it or not? That is inertia of direction. That's why to minimize this type of actions, seat belts are provided. Seat belt we have to wear in the cars. Is it or not? Because that effect, inertia of direction or inertia of motion, when the brakes are suddenly applied, we will be safe, and the seat belts provided us certain opposite motion to move forward. Is it or not? So this is inertia. Inertia is of three types: inertia of rest, motion, and direction. And not only seat belts, to keep luggage in the buses, some luggage space will be there, no, we have to keep on that one. And it is, if it is necessary, we have to tie that luggage to that carriage also. Is it or not? Because due to inertia of motion, brakes will be applied, the luggage will be fall down on the heads of the passenger, like that will happen, no? So like this common examples we can observe in the daily life situation. So children, today you have to read page number 116 and 117, and tomorrow we will explain some more concepts.